It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is our mission to try to bring you some news you could use. Today would be no exception to the rule. Follow me on Twitter, aka X, at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We have the 24-hour stream, which is available on the website at obnradio.com. And just in case you have one of those smart devices, all you have to do is say, hey, play the latest episode of the Mike Prince Show. And just like that, you'll have everything that you need. And with all that being established, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, we have some more Ashley Robinson news that has been circulating. The word on the street now is that JSU has offered a counter move that is almost so enticing to the point that Mr. Robinson might just stay put. The story is steadily developing, and of course, we're going to keep you posted right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So with all that being established, we've been promising you all the week of hearing from some coaches, and we were able to hear from Coach Fosselman, defensive coordinator for Prairie View. We heard from offensive coordinator Mr. Mark Frederick, and we are now going to hear from Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers on today. Of course, the Panthers are slated to finish number 5 from the West, and it's got PV Nation a bit riled up. We had taken a survey, and it was actually split down the middle, 50-50. Some say it's disrespectful. Some say it's not disrespectful. But that's why we play the games, and we'll see what the end is going to be. So we were prepared to hear from Coach Bubba McDowell on today's episode. And don't forget to join us on Saturday morning for the Zone at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another session here on the phone line. We are so excited to have with us the head football coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. It's none other than Coach Bubba McDowell. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, my friend. How are you doing?
Man, I dare not complain as we're winding this thing down. Before you know it, we'll be hearing the whistles blowing and hopefully not many flags flying and a whole bunch of touchdowns for the purple and gold. Bring us up to speed, man, of what's going on.
Well, we got kids in, getting them ready to go. We start the training process has been going now we had some kids in earlier first session. I had about 15 kids in, the older guys, getting it in with Coach Rome, our strength conditioning guy. Now we got pretty much got everybody in that's going to be here. New guys, old guys, getting in the weight room, out on the field, getting ready to go prior to camp starting up in August. We got everybody reporting on the August 1st, and then they'll go through their little acclimation with physicals and all that, and hopefully we can get going on August 3rd, and, get ready for this season.
Yes, sir. Well, I know you're excited. You had a couple of key transfer players come in. The portal has been good to you, and we are getting excited about what the new look, refined Panthers are going to look like. Can you bring us up to speed of some of the new additions that you've been able to add since we last got together?
Yeah, we can start from the quarterback position. Jaden Johnson from Kahoma, JD, brought him in, and he's a Memphis kid, brought him in to help us out in that quarterback position along with Trezon, and, with the young buck coming up, Dumas, I feel we got 3 good ones right now. We'll probably try to get one more so we can have 4 actually on the squad going into training camp. But I think it's going to be a good battle back there in that backfield anyway with the quarterbacks. Don't want to put us in position. we had last year where, if Trayvon went down, we didn't have any other backup, with CJ being hurt as much as he were last year. And so we don't want to get in that position again. So we went out, sought out, got some guys, and 8 guys, should I say, to help us out, if something comes up. Going to the other side, we'll start from the back end. Secondary has kind of been pretty much revamped, and we had to do it. We got longer for the most part. Other than Malachi Harris, who's from Southern Utah, he's probably about right at 5'10"-ish, 5'9" and a half, 5'10"-ish. But very explosive, very quick, very, very fast young man. Couldn't pass him up. But then we got Freddie Bird from Pearl River. Freddie Bird, should I say, from Pearl River. He's long, can run, very athletic. And I say athletic because he's the type of kid that can, play some offense, play some wide receiver, but defensive back was where he wanted to be at. So he's long, a little skinny right now. We're trying to get some weight put on him, but I'm pretty confident that we can get some weight put on him, prior to going into training camp, or should I say, let's say more so the season, should I say. Maud Robinson, another young man I think that's going to come in and do some good things as well. Good height, good length, long arms, fast, very instinctive. From Arkansas State, he'll be out there on the edge as well. Of course, we got Stacy Brown coming back off his injury last year. He looks really good right now out there running with the ACL. So that backfield again is going to be pretty stacked. Once those guys get together and learn each other's ways. As I've been telling them that's what they need to do, to learn each other, so they can trust each other back there in that backfield. And the good thing about these young men that I just mentioned, a lot of these guys want to do man-to-man. So when we saw after them, this is kind of what they want to do. So it kind of fits my model and Rock's model. Who's out, again, if y'all didn't know, he's our new defensive coordinator this year.
And of course, Rock is Miss Coach Fosselman. So you guys, well, who is the Rock? Who is the Rock? We got the Rock from the XFL. No, we're talking about the Rock from TV Nation, Coach Fosselman. So yeah. I just want to clear that air. Now, let me interject real quick before you move forward. We're in a totally different era right now, right? And one of your constituents, Coach Maynard, was saying with the way this NIL and this portal thing is set up, we become somewhat of the junior varsities. We get these guys groomed, we take chances on them, we invest in them, and they get a step above the poverty line, and then they leave for greener pastures. How challenging. Yeah, no doubt. Now, and you're talking about your quarterback depth. It used to be a time, and I know everybody, some, not everybody, refer to me as an old relic, but it's when competition brought out the best of everybody, because the guys who were your ones didn't want to be replaced by the 2s, 3s, or let alone if you had enough for a 4, but it kept everybody on the grind, and it built friendships, because if you knew this guy was better than you, then you're going to go against this guy every day at chance at practice to prove to coach that, hey, I'm just as worthy as this guy is. But it seems like, and especially in athletics, that we are afraid of competition.
Yeah, and again, I think it's probably more the generation, the generation thing, and I can't put a solid finger, why it happened, other than it just happened because of just the lifestyle, the things that new to them, opposed to what we came up with in the past, the social media and all that. But mentioned about competition, that's what I told the coach. I said, look, who it is, let's go out, get who we need to get in order to make Prairie View a better football squad. You know, I tell guys all the time, I say, look, man, you can't be scared to compete. You know, I mean, this is what we did in Miami. This is why we were very successful in Miami. Because, again, we had athletes that, you know, first, you know, through fourth string that can come in at any time and not miss a beat. And those same type of guys here, you know, I'm gonna be scared, you know, that a player gonna come in and take my job. Hey, let's go out and compete, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, it's about everybody competing, making each other better. As I told them, I said, man, you know, that old saying, iron sharpen iron, you know, you guys got to make each other better. And that's the only way that you're going to get better individually, and it's going to, you know, trickle over into team success, you know. And, you know, I'm sure, as you guys know, you know, competition breeds, you know, championships, man. I mean, and I've been there, I've done it, I've seen it on every level, and I'm trying to get that done here, you know. And as I told the coaches, I need you guys to buy in, you know, make sure you're teaching and coaching these young men, you know, the right way, you know, how to go out and compete against one another, how to make each other better, you know, in the classroom and as well as on the field. Because again, if we don't do that, Mike, you know, we're not going to be successful. You know, we got the talent. We got the talent to do that this year. I promise you. Now,
you know what? Talent is never a question, because there's no doubt the players are bigger, they're faster, stronger, you know, and they're freaks of nature right now. But then when I say this, I don't mean no disrespect to you or any other athlete. They all need to go on the yellow brick road to see the odds, because it's a bunch of 10 men. They need heart, Bubba. And heart will push you. You might be faster than me by a full second, but because of that heart, I keep hanging around. I mean, I can't shake this dude, but the minute I get some resistance, and don't raise your voice to a kid today, then that's a whole nother thing. You're going to be sitting in front of HR signing your exit papers, because everything is gotten on. I know you love coaching because you wouldn't be doing what you're doing, and all these coaches that are involved, but it appears that it's become increasingly challenging to coach kids, because you can't tell me, especially in football, if I can just recall, if you were supposed to be on the left and you went to the right, you might raise your voice. Man, you're supposed to be to the left, not to the right. And you can't even say that without fear of you getting in trouble on your job.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, that's where we at. We are, but again, if as I told the coaches, now again, if you're not willing to do that, you know, babysit and teach and mentor these young men, don't be here. Let me know. And I'm just talking about here at PV. You know, you need to move on, because again, this is what we do. You signed up for this job. We know that it's a different generation. We know that the kids are different. So, you knowing that, you got to put your all into developing these young men and women to help you be successful at I'm just saying at PV or wherever they may be.
Right. And I know we're talking exclusively right now about PV, but I was speaking in general, because you see these guys 6'4", looking like a Greek god, but then got the heart of a thimble. You're like, dude, something's missing. Where is this? You know, this is not looking right. It's not fitting to what needs to be done. So, you know, I got off my soapbox here. Let's get back focused to the Panthers, man. But when you talk about everything that's shaping up right now, of course, Media Day is right up on us, and you got the schedules already lined out. The TV deals, I think, are looking better, and I will add this. I invite the CW to the table, because I think it's going to do, if not anything else, up the ante from the current stakeholders of the media rights, which is a win-win for the conference schools. I'm on record for saying there is no reason that each SWAC school shouldn't get a minimum of $3 million to $6 million, and I compare them to what they pay the Mountain West. I believe our brand of ball is better, and maybe I'm being biased, but I'm really looking forward to the day that we increase that ante for our TV rights.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we're a conference that's growing, man. That's producing good athletes. And yeah, we need to get a part of that revenue. Because again, I know there's a lot of great coaches in this conference that can go out, not only coach, but I mean, and recruit. You know, we know as well, recruiting is a huge part of that. You know, and I can just imagine if we had the monies that others have, and what we can do on this level.
No doubt about it. Now, we had one of your counterparts on last week with us, Coach Hugh Jackson. Great interview, great guy. Yeah, great guy. And he was saying, and I'm going to ask, kind of piggyback to you on this same question. He said, where we are right now as a conference, we got to figure out this NIL piece, not on the level that the Power Fives, but have you put any pen to paper on what would be an ideal situation NIL-wise at Prairie View?
I have not, because again, I haven't had a chance, Mike, to really sit down and figure it out. And I was just looking at some of the other coaches from the other conferences, and of course they got the same issue. And, you know, like Nick Saban said this morning, right? But look, it is what it is. Now we just got to figure out how to manage it at this particular point. You know, because again, no way we're gonna be able to go back, should I say, and change things that are already happening. Because you know, but sure that if we try to do it, or if the NCAA try to do it, you know, it's gonna be long before, and I'm sure they probably got it. So we just got to figure out, you know, or they all got to figure out, top guys, you know, administrator, you know, how do we get a handle on this new collective bargaining, just collective bargaining agreement, on this new deal with these kids? Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for kids getting paid, but again, I knew this was going to happen because, you know, there was no governing, you know, and what to give these kids. Now it was just a free fall, and now how do you go back and rewrite some rules without being sued? That's going to be the biggest issue.
Well, look, when you open the bag and whoever has the deepest bag get the most toys, right? And that's exactly where we are. And it almost makes you somewhat reluctant of over-grooming guys, because now you got to watch over your back. Are they going to stay, or are they going to leave? Is somebody going to offer them a nickel more than what we can afford? Or, you know, because when you give a kid an opportunity, regardless of what sport it is, they're so excited. Man, you took a chance on me, and then they forget about the chance you take on them, and they go chasing the bag.
Yeah, Mike, but that's the chance we take. That's the chance that we're taking right now. If I ever see, or if I ever thought that a coach was not giving this kid giving their all to teaching and mentoring these kids, I guarantee he's gonna be out of here. Because again,
no, I'm not questioning that. I'm not questioning that, but I'm talking about
go back and teaching these young men. Then we're gonna be, everybody's gonna be in trouble. We all gonna be in trouble. No doubt. But what I'm saying is the word that is missing today is loyalty, and I believe loyalty is a two-way street. It's a two-way street. As a coach, you have dedicated yourself to that student athlete, to the parents, and to the institution that hired you to bring out the very best in this student athlete. And in the same breath, that student athlete has committed to you that I'm going to give you everything I got, and I'm signing up with the intention of not only being a student athlete, but graduating from this very institution. And that's not being fulfilled. I get it, Mike, but again, that's we're in a different generation now. And again, we can't do anything about that. We in this business to coach, we in this business to win. And we know that that's what we're getting out of these young men. But at the same time, you still got to go out, recruit them. You still got to go out and have these young men and women, come to your facility, show them around, do whatever it is you need to do to get them here in order for you, your university, your team to win. Because again, this what we're going through right now, it ain't gonna change. At some point, it's probably gonna get worse. So we gotta you gotta adapt to their lifestyle right now, the way sports is today. And if we do that, which we're gonna have to regardless, as coaches, we'll figure it out. And again, there is no loyalty, but ones that go, heck, another one come.
Look, I got a throwback question for you. Oh, it makes plenty of sense. I got a throwback question for you, brother. This might even put a smile on your face. What kind of NIL deal you think you would have worked up if it was available during your plan?
Dangerous. we talk about it all. Some of the older guys talk about, man, what if we had this back in the day? I said, you had it. It just wouldn't out.
Right, because it wasn't publicized, because I was on record for saying on a prior show to this that, you know what, man, NIL is really nothing new. They just got 30, 40 years ahead of everybody else, and they said, oh, by the way, guys, this is what you need to look into doing. But they've been doing it all the time, shaking hands and sliding extra bonus packages to kids and riding in cars that they didn't have to pay a note for because of the local dealer in town is a big undercover booster. So it ain't nothing changed. And we know that didn't happen that to you, though, so we won't even talk about that at the U.
Of course.
Oh, man. Well, look, Coach, I know we got this 2023 season coming up, and I haven't asked you a question like this before, but I think I want to do a little side approach just for a moment. Other than the Panthers, we know we got great expectations of the Panthers this year, and every year that we step out there on the field. But if you had to pick one sleeper from the East or the West, who do you think that sleeper team is and why?
Sleeper?
Uh-huh.
It's funny. It's funny you mention it, because I don't look at any of these guys as sleepers, man. I don't, because again, you look at some rankings and you got Texas Southern, at the bottom, McKinney at the bottom, but then boom, next thing you know, he's one game away from being in the championship last year. So and I'm just being honest. I don't really look at each. I don't look at any of these schools as sleepers, because again, Mike, I mean, you look at Valley and look what they did to us last year, the last game.
Last 2 years, brother.
What? Last 2 years, but I'm just talking about last year. I'm just you can't not count any of these SWAC schools out, because again, you never know what's going to happen Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, man. And
right.
I know I didn't ask you a question, but I honestly can't give you one, because I don't see a sleeper. I really don't. Even though some are predicted to go by others, first than others, because of records last year. But I mean, I can't, and I'm not. I can, and I'm not going to be able to give you a full answer with that, because I really believe there is no sleeper, because again, everybody is going to get better, has got better with some of the names I've been seeing at a lot of these schools, so it really just comes down to, who's going to go out and produce the most wins.
Okay. Okay, and I'm going to bring it home now. I need one offensive player and one defensive player that's a sleeper on your squad, and why?
On my squad, I think right now I'm going to say, oh, gosh. I'm going to say wide receiver. And I'm going to go with Brian Jenkins because and I know he's a veteran. He's a transfer in from A&M. But, that dude, in the past, man, have racked up some yards, made some catches, made some good things. And I think in the right system, he can make a lot of things, some good things happen. I really
no
do.
doubt. Well, I've heard he has a tremendous work ethic. He has a dog mentality on and off the field, but more prevalent on the field. And he wants that ball, and I don't know what receiver don't want it every time, but he wants that ball in crunch situation.
Yes, sir. I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, and again, I wouldn't say he's a sleeper. I think he has the upside of becoming one of the better DBs in the conference, and that's Ahmad Robinson from Arkansas State. Very, very instinctive young man. Loves to play man-to-man, wants to play man-to-man, but he can play zone as well. I think, I know he's new and wasn't able to get voted in some of the preseason accolades, but I think he's definitely going to be one of those guys that we keep an eye on. That's going to do really well.
Okay. And, of course, the coaching staff, your OC and DC has gotten themselves acclimated and ready to get this thing kicked off for September the 2nd against the Texas Southern Tigers down at the PNC Park. And, Bubba, I don't want to put no pressure on you, but pressure's every time the whistle blows. All I can say it's been 8 in a row. It's been 8 in a row, bro. It's been 8 in a row.
No pressure. I mean, I don't look at playing football games as a pressure pipe person. I mean, we go out, we execute, and again, if we do what we're supposed to do, we should be okay. Again, we just can't go out there and, as I tell guys, you don't just go out there and play the game as if you already don't want it. This is a very big, important game. Right off the bat. So it can put you ahead or it can put you behind. Right off the bat.
Yes, sir. Well, we're looking to stay ahead, sir. As always, we're looking forward to the season weekly wrap-ups with you, man. And you got to finish. You look. I'm gonna go like one of your old coaches. You knocked at the door, but we got to kick the door down this year. In the effort words of old Bum Phillips, right? And so we got to. But you played. Did you play under Bum?
No.
No. You play. Okay. Party and all the other guys. Yeah. Bum was a little bit before you, but he said, "Look here, man. We've been knocking at this door, but next year we're gonna kick it down. This is the year to kick that door down. Kick it off the hinges, Bubba.
Yeah,
off the hinges.
There you go. Don't just kick it off the hinges. Exactly.
Make it irreplaceable, man. We need a whole new frame and everything else. These Panthers came in kicking it all off the charts. Well, look, Bubba, I'm excited for what 2023 is going to bring. I know there's a lot of motion going on the campus right now, but your focus is to do what? Coach some X's and O's on that football field, my man. And I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments before we wrap this segment up.
I just want to thank a lot of people who have been very instrumental to, you guys know who you are, a whole lot of guys that helped us get to the point we are today, and to help get these young men in that we feel that's going to help us go to the next level. We fell short last year, and again, as I told guys, we can't take any game for granted. I know one thing I would love to see, and I say it all the time. I know players love it as well. We need to fill this stadium. We only got 4 home games here this year, so we're going to be on the road quite a bit. We need to fill the stadium for those 4 home games. As many bodies we can get in here as possible. From students, to alumni, to just fans, I think, these young men would really love to see, the fan support. No question about it, they play better when they see a lot of fans stands. Like last year when we was in Dallas and we saw our compared to Grambling fans, it was crazy. When I looked up there and I saw the difference, and that makes a big difference when guys turn around and they see the support, from fans, from alumni, and administrators, staff, and all, and the students. So, let's come out, let's support these young men. I think it's going to be a really, really good season going forward, and let's root PV on to victory, throughout the whole year. Whether we're home and people make their away games, let's travel, and like other schools have traveling teams and traveling people, and packing stands, on away games. So we would love to see that at PV as well.
Okay, man. Well, it all starts September the 2nd, but before September 2nd, those grueling camps will start on August the 3rd. And look, stay hydrated, man. Stay focused. Stay healthy, and let's make this thing what it's supposed to be at the end of the season. He is Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget, our 24-hour stream is available at obnradio.com. I must exit stage left for right now. My time is far spent. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.